another edition of, hey, market update time with me. Alrighty, guys. So let's actually get straight into it today. I want to talk about what's going on right now in the markets. What's going on right now? Off of us. How you doing, my man? Alrighty, so we're gonna have a quick look around the markets, guys, yeah. So it'd be really interesting to see what's going on right now in the markets, and I'm going to share a lot with you. And here is the thing, guys. Here is the thing. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Kent. Great to see you guys today. Great to see you guys. Now, by the way, guys, I took my very first stock market trade today for the entire year. So my very first stock market trade I took today. Now, what is that? I can't tell you because now I can't actually tell you exactly the stock I'm in, but there was a beautiful, really good quality setup that formed on the charts today. And so I took my very first stock market trade today based on a really good A quality setup. Yeah, so it was, again, it's my very first stock market trade. Throughout the entire year, it's always been futures and Forex, but my very first. So there you go, guys. A month and a half into this year, and I've only taken, this is my very first trade. Now, this has a 90+% chance of running onto my profit target. I have a profit target set in place as well too. And it may even happen tomorrow. So really interesting to see that. It was the pattern formed on the daily chart, guys. So I got in today, and I might be out tomorrow, depending. I have a profit target in, so I might get out while I'm sleeping. While I'm sleeping at night, when the US market's open, then I may be getting out of that. So, or it may take a couple of days. So we'll see what actually happens tomorrow. But who knows? I could wake up tomorrow morning and have a really nice profit in my account while I'm sleeping. So love it all the way, guys. Love it all the way. But I did get into a trade today. I wanted to let you guys know about that. And so, yeah, so let's actually get straight into, I want to get straight into today. But before I start, guys, let me start off the typical disclaimer. Guys, do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this session today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making money in the markets, and trading does take you a long time to become a really good trader. So be smart about the way that you are trading these markets. Alrighty, guys. So what I want to do, actually, you know what I want to do, guys, before I start to talk about what's actually going on in the markets right now, I want to give a big shout out. And Paul, my man, if you're watching this, I hope you don't mind, but actually, you know what? Instead, I want to protect. Obviously, I want to protect their privacy. So, what I want to do is I'm gonna scroll through, and I'm gonna share with you this, right? So, I'm gonna share a trade that one of my private clients did today, and I'll go from there. So let me do this here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I just want to protect his privacy, so I don't want to give his name out. Actually, you know what? Let's actually do this here. So all right, so let's actually do this here. What I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of this. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna give a big shout out to I'm gonna do this here. So let me do this up here. So I have let me bring this up here, guys. So I'm gonna share this with you here. This is my private. This is my private client group that obviously people who are part of my client group get access to my private Facebook group here. Now the thing is, as you can see, right, I've only got 15 members in this group. I keep my group really small. So as you can see, this is what's happening here, right? Now, if I scroll down, As you can see, right, like there was this Paul on this group here. He just posted this trade here that he did, and as you can see, he said nice trade today on the 15-minute chart. So he traded the setup on the 15-minute chart on the stock market. I got stopped out at 300%. Could have stayed for 450%, but I'm happy. Set my stop to check my price only. Should have just used price as the close of the bar. The 15-minute at the open is fast and furious but fun. So there you go, guys. There you go, guys. Give me a Y in the chat box if you think that's a pretty incredible trade. You know, 300%, and it looks like maybe in a couple of hours. First thing this morning. Give me an A in the chat box if you think that's pretty incredible. I'm so proud of Paul, because Paul came to me at the start of the year. Paul came to me at the start of the year, and he was a gun ho. He just came out and he thought he knew the system, and he's like, and it was going. And I literally had to coach him. I said, listen, slow down on your, you need to take your time. Again, he was a gun ho. It's just before the end of the year, he signed up to my private coaching. And for the last month or so, he's been working. He's been firstly, he came out, thought he knew it all. I put him in his place and I coached him, and he stepped back a bit. He's been very, very quiet lately. But and he just shared with looks like maybe he's one of his trades that he's taken this year, and he shared with it. Obviously that there. So 300% return in one trade in one day. So Paul, my man, if you're watching this, my man, I'm so proud of you. When you first signed up to me just a couple of months ago, you were all over the place. You're a mess. But look at you now, just a couple of months later, and you're finding these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trades. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to Paul. He's doing so amazing, and to see him just wait for these really good quality setups, it was just absolutely incredible, and I'm so proud of him. So I wanted to share that with you guys, to see, like, again, Paul was a guy that thought he knew it all, and he was all over the place. But now, because I gave him a bit of a verbal smacking around to tell him to slow down and take it easy, he's now back on track, and he's now taking really good quality trades. And that 300% return, guys, that's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Like that's like saying, having a $5,000 trade and making $15,000 profit in a couple of hours. Even if you had one of those trades every couple of months, you'd be doing more. So, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and to share like that. That's what my private clients are doing. And I'm so proud of them, and I'm so proud of Paul from where he's come from. So if you'd like, I do have one more spot left open for my, coaching program, because I just knocked back, I knocked back one person yesterday. So if you'd like to apply for that coaching program, just email me at haltrader@gmail.com, haltrader@gmail.com. And then we'll schedule time to talk, and then we can have a chat there. But as before, I have one spot left open. You can see the group is really small, and that's just a bit of a personal feedback about what's really going on. Now, I'm not going to guarantee you're going to do that, guys, because as I said before, Paul came to me a couple of months ago. It was about a few weeks before the end of the last year, so he's been with me now probably for 2 months. And his first few weeks, he was a mess. He was all over the place. He wasn't focused. He wasn't disciplined. He wasn't. And I coached him, and I got him to settle down. I got him to focus, and it looks like he's been doing the work. Really, really has been doing the work. And now a couple months later, he's obviously taken a trade like that. So I'm so proud of him. Anyway, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Paul. So well done, Paul. Well done. I'm so proud of you, my man. Keep it up. 300% return in a couple of hours. Man, I think I need to start trading the first hour of the market open. Seems like there's pretty good trades there. I'm sleeping at that time for me in Australia. That's okay. There's plenty of trades going around. I got into a trade today on the stock market, so it's all good. So let's actually talk about this. So let's actually go through what's happening right now in the stock market. I love what I do, guys. I love what I do, because when my students listen to me and they do what I tell them to do, they do well in the markets. It doesn't happen overnight. Over a couple month period, you can really start to gain a lot of momentum in the markets, and you can start to get ahead. So I'm so proud of him. Now, by the way, guys, I'm not saying that you're going to be doing that if you apply for my coaching program and if you're accepted into it. As I said before, yesterday I spoke to someone from my last spot, and I knocked him back because he wasn't what I was looking for. But if you are accepted in my coaching program, I'm not saying you're going to do that. Okay, I'm not going to guarantee any results like that. He's just worked really hard for the last couple of months. Let's go straight into the indices right now, or the market right now, and let me share with you what I'm seeing right now in the market. So firstly, what I see, guys, is that the Dow Jones has pretty much been doing nothing right now. Pretty much has been doing nothing. And so basically, yeah, so we've been having this basically this nice run up through here, as you can see. So a beautiful run up through here, and the momentum is still on the upside. Momentum is still definitely on the upside. There is no momentum change yet in the markets. So that's basically what you want to be focusing on. That you want to be focusing on this momentum here, and on the Dow Jones, nothing has really changed here. Nothing has really changed, and that's what we're looking at there right now. If we look at the S&P 500, once again, nothing has really changed, but we're still actually stuck in this bit of a channel here. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we actually ran back up to test this 2,800 level here, and the same for the NASDAQ as well. Really, we've just been looking at this big move up through here. So a nice big move up through here. And then as you can see that this is actually nicely calling up through there. And so again, momentum hasn't changed at all. And for you guys who've been watching me, right, this day here was when momentum changed to the upside, and it has not turned down ever since. So understanding these small little things about the markets really does help you get ahead in the markets. Okay, it really does. Up, sideways, up, sideways. So it really is something that's really powerful in the markets there. Let's go have a look at silver and gold right now. Let's see what's been going on with silver and gold. So this is the GLD price right now. We're still actually, if I open up, let's go to say 3 months. So the last 3 months, high or low. Look at this beautiful upward trend. Beautiful. And look at this here, a run up, having a nice pullback. Look, it's less than 50% still. Look at that. If I zoom right in here for the last couple months, that right there is my 50% line. And in fact, if I bring my trend line up to touch the lows, look at that. Look at that. So we have a bounce off there, a bounce there, a bounce there. Look at this trend line here, a bounce right here. And now look at it, it's almost bouncing off through there as well too. So pretty much on that trend line. And look at that, just less than 50%, just slightly less than 50%. And now it's just going sideways. So what a beautiful setup there. So if we get a nice continuation move there, that could be a nice move. Now, disclaimer on that thing. I'm not telling you to take that trade. I'm not telling you that it's definitely going to happen. If we get an up bar, it's definitely going to break through. No. All right. But I'm just telling you right now, it's really beautiful. Really run up, nice pullback. Look at all these small little bars. It's less than 50%. We've got a nice, beautiful upward trend. If I bring up, say, my other moving averages as well too, which is the other one I like to use is the 20. Look at that 20 moving average. Like, look how beautiful, strong that is. Just nice. So I like to use a couple of moving averages, 52, 52 and 20, and then I also like to use the 9 sometimes to gauge a bit of short-term momentum as well too. So you don't really have to use that many, guys, but it's something that I like to see. 52 is a bit more of a longer term. 52 is longer term. 20 is sort of a medium term. And what I'm using the moving averages for is just to gauge momentum, And then obviously the 9 is the real short term. And as you can see, right, look at that moving average just nicely pointing up. If we look at the SLV, right? If I bring up the SLV, look at this here. Now, this is really interesting, guys. Look at this. If you look at the SLV price, and if you look at my 20 moving average, forget the 52 for a minute, but look at my 20 here. All right, look at my 20. Now, let me just do this here, and I want to share something with you how you can how to do this here. So if I minimize that for a minute, look at my 20. See how the 20 is actually running up through here? See how nice that was pointing up? That's showing strong momentum. See how it's starting to flatten out? That tells you momentum at that time is flattening out. It's slowing down. If you go to GLD, well, look at this here. Look how strong that is. Look how nicely up that is, right? We're going up, up, up. This is a very strong through here. We're starting to slow a little bit, but we're still nicely very strong on the upside. So the gold price has so much more strength and momentum behind it based on the Fibonacci levels, trend analysis, and so on and so forth than that has. Let's go to the SLV price. The SLV price, same sort of thing, right? Same sort of thing. A nice run up. Look at this pullback here. And once again, if it is a, let's actually go, let's delete that because we don't need that anymore. Let's go from the low point to the high point. Hey, what is that? What is that? Let's go from the low point to the high point. Oh, well, I'm picking the wrong thing again. Stimpy, get with the program. Low point to the high point. Nice run up, a nice run up, a beautiful retracement still. So beautiful retracement, less than 50%. We're still actually at this. We've got a little bit of a, if we take this high off here for a minute, actually, you know what? Let me just draw this here. So I'm going to draw from there to there. I'm going to draw a trend line coming across. As you can see, right, there's a bit of a short-term resistance and support, and that's what's holding it right now. That's short-term, guys, like real short-term. If I open up my charts, got this resistance back here. You can see how, if you're looking at this chart, right, look at that. Bounce there, and when it got below, it's still actually below this level. That's actually looking at the real short-term. So, but still a nice big run-up, nice pullback, big 50% retracement or less. So still looking really strong with the momentum there. SILJ, same thing as well too. Look at this here. Look how beautiful that flag is. So we've got this big run up, got a nice pullback here. And once again, definitely less than 50%. We have this high point up through here. That high point up through there. Look at that. So that's roughly around that level. Look at that, all that resistance and support through there. So beautiful there. Looking at the GDX, same with the GDX, right? Like, look at that there. Look at this pullback here. It's actually still less than 50%. Look at my 20 moving average. Look at that. Look how strong that's pointing up there. Really strong. So what does that mean? If I take everything off the screen here and I squeeze my chart up a little bit more, see the angle of that moving average? What does that mean? That means there's strong momentum behind it, right? The moving average is showing you. See here, we actually had strong momentum. So this was strong, and then it slowed down a bit, and now momentum's picking up again. Look at that beautiful setup. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So nice 50% pullback or less. So it's really looking good there. And the GDXJ, same sort of thing as well too. The GDXJ is really starting to hold its ground. Again, 50% retracement. Look at that moving average, still really strong there. Just looking really good for a continuation move to the upside. So these gold stocks, guys, I tell you, really poised to make a move. Now the GDXJ is question mark, but the GDX, once again, if we could start to break above previous highs out of this, then the GDX is getting ready for a nice move up, I believe, to that 2450 level, somewhere around about there. So it's looking really nice for that sort of action in the markets. So there we go, guys. That's a bit of a market update for you. And I hope that helps you out there. Just as you can see, right, guys, it's all about gauging. I don't like to use anything on the chart that just doesn't mean anything to me. So one moving average or two moving averages, I'm just trying to gauge momentum. That's all I'm using the moving average. The number is irrelevant. Okay, the number is irrelevant. I'm just trying, when I'm using it, I'm saying, okay, is there strong momentum behind this? And momentum measures price and time. So just look at that beautiful setup there. So I'm really excited, guys. There's a lot of nice things setting up right now. As I said before, Paul got an amazing trade today, so I'm so grateful for that. I got into an amazing trade today myself, so I'm in it right now. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Once I'm out of that, if I'm out of that tomorrow, guys, or next week, then I'll share with you the trade that I did. But I can't do it right. I can't let you know right now because that's going to give you. That's like me giving you a recommendation. You could quickly jump in at the open tomorrow and all that sort of stuff. So I can't actually do that because that's now me recommending a stock. But I can, when I'm finished with it, I'll definitely let you know the result of that trade once it's all been done and gone. So, guys, once again, guys, if you want to grab my last spot to my coaching program, that means you get access to my trading system, the Facebook page you just saw today, and then weekly coaching every single week. Then go to Howell, HOWELL trader @gmail.com. We will book a call and then we'll see if you're good for that last spot for my coaching program. And as you can see, right, it's only 15 people in there right now. I like to keep it really small. I don't like to have 50 or 100 people in there or something like that. It's just not who I am. And if you haven't done so yet, guys, go to mastertraderlab.com, where I'm giving away a free trial to the Master Trader Lab. And I'm also giving away over $5,000 worth of trading courses as a bonus, chart reading, foundations, mindset to really help you out. Grab a free trial to that and check it out. I think you'll really like it. Let's actually answer some questions now. Alrighty. Uh, let's actually go through here. Jesse B. Jesse B. Has Jaina given confirmation of a buy signal yet? How do you know what confirmation is? Jesse B, that's called you knowing your trading system, you knowing the setup, and you knowing what the confirmation is. Right? So I hope you can see what I'm saying there. So that's pretty simple, right? Like you just got to know. Yeah, you just got to. It's based on whatever trading system you're trading, Jesse B. It's not based on whatever you think, hope or fear. It's based on that. It's based on your trading system, whatever you're trading. And again, there's two things that goes into a good trading system. Or sorry, three things. Firstly, you got to know what the setup is. What's the basically what the chart pattern looks like on the chart. What exactly are you looking for on the chart, which comes to a chart pattern? Then what does the entry bar look like off that chart pattern? But that's the confirmation. That's what, all right. We have the chart pattern, which is the setup. Then we have the bar or the candle, whatever I'm looking for. That's my confirmation because I know exactly what I'm looking for. There is no ifs or buts. And then what I do, then I go to my trading checklist to make sure that I go through the checklist step by step to make sure that I'm doing it properly. I'm going through my checklist to make sure that the higher time frame meets the trading rules and so on and so forth. So that's the 3 steps you need to have with any trading setup, guys. One, or any trading system and trading plan. One, your trading setup. What is, because you got to know exactly. The thing about successful trading is about not rushing. So you got to know what the setup. What are you looking for on the chart first before the entry candle or the entry bar? So you got to know what that looks like first. And then because if you're trading, say, a 2-minute chart or a 15-minute chart, then you need to know exactly what you're looking for. Then when the breakout candle happens or whatever it is for you, you need to know that. Then what you need to do is then firstly, I'm looking for a setup. All right. I'm looking for a setup. And then once I do start to get my entry candle or my confirmation candle, then I'm starting to go to my actual trading checklist, which I have 4 or 5 steps go through there. Then I'm going through that to make sure that I know that if this is a trade, if it is a trade, what type of trade is it? Is it a short-term trade or is it a long-term trade? A short-term trade, I'm going to be in and out within a couple of days or a couple of bars, depending on what time frame. Or a long-term trade means I'm going to use a scaling out technique and it's got the potential to run on big profits. For example, like what Paul did today, 300% return, just crazy. Well done, Paul, man. Well done, proud of you. Does that happen often? Or that trade with 300% Paul? Well, it happens. It happens in the market. Yeah. I don't know how often you would. I don't know. It's just based on the trading setup, right? So some months you might get a couple of setups like that, and then other months you might not get any setups like that. Some months you might get maybe a couple of trades that only do maybe a third of that, or a half that sort of profit. Or maybe even a smaller profit. So it just depends. There's no guarantee there. I'm reading heaps on uranium stocks lately. Andrew, my man, what you should be focusing on is developing a trading system based on the chart and not reading a lot about that and then trying to trade the market based on that, because you're only going to do yourself in. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient, Warren Buffett. Exactly right. Exactly right. So like, for example, for me, Mira, I think that's how you pronounce the name. For me, as I said before, I've taken my very first stock market trade today, this morning. It's this morning, my time. Today on the stock market, I've taken my very first stock market trade today for the entire year. Actually, probably for the last 2 or 3 months now, really. I've taken a lot of short-term trades on the Forex and futures market, but today was the very first trade I took today. So you've got to be patient. And it looks like Paul, I think that was the first trade for Paul as well too. Can you show us an example of an A+ setup that didn't work and how you minimize your loss? Frank, what's that? Bobek 101? Bobat? What else do you want? A free coffee and a massage? Oh, that's funny. The thing is that, no, I'm not going to show you what an A+ setup looks like, because that's what my high-paying clients pay me for. I'm not going to disrespect them. And secondly, once you know the setup, you know exactly where your absolute maximum point of where you're getting out. If the stock market if it does go against the trade, where you're getting out. Now, if it's an A plus type of setup, then most of the trades, like 90+% of them, will run on. The problem, and as I was saying to Paul, when Paul signed up for my coaching program a couple of months ago, he was an all over there. It was a mess, and he was taking trades that sort of looked like the plan, but weren't exactly an A plus setup. Now he's been very quiet for the last few weeks, and I thought, what's been going on with him? And then suddenly, bam, he comes out of that nowhere of a beautiful, beautiful setup like that, an A quality setup, and I'm just like, beautiful, beautiful, Paul, well done. Now, there was one thing that I didn't like about the trade, but above all that, it was still a really, really good trade, and that's what I said to him on the Facebook page, on the Facebooks. I will never trade the market again. However, I will certainly invest for a long-term run. Yeah, I think I think your mindset is completely wrong there, Mer. Really is. Invest for the long run. Just be careful about that. Like, your mindset is completely way off. Guys, if you have any more questions or anything like that, just let me know. But your mindset error is completely way off. It really, really is. There's so many people out there that actually do well for the market. You just got to model what they do. It's not that you're unlucky. It's just, it's just the way that you're looking at the markets. And if you're investing for the long run right now, the next couple of years are going to be down. Like, we may get a bit more upward movement now in the short term, maybe in a couple of months period, but the next few years are going to be down. All right, we're going to go through another bear market, another recession, so to speak. That's just around the corner. It may not happen this year, but going into 2020, that's when things are going to really start to heat up. Because the short-term debt cycle and the long-term debt cycle are really starting to head way into that. And you watch, guys, and this is my theory, this is my opinion based on the long-term debt cycle. The next 10 years are going to be quite tough for the US market, and probably going to flow over to a lot of the world. What I say that is because the last time the long-term debt cycle exploded, that was 1937. That's when 1937 stock market crash happened. Again, 1937, guys. So that took 1 year or more. It was 1937 to 1947 that things just stayed pretty stagnant across the economy growth. Now, the stock market's still going to move and do its thing and so on and so forth. So if you know how to trade, that you don't have to worry about anything. But the stock market's still going to do its thing. Looking at that and looking at the actual market itself, the thing is that when you are trading the markets, investing long term is not a really good successful strategy. Now, what I will say is that if you have a really good trading setup, what I like to do if I'm looking for a longer term play is that I'll use my trading setup, but I'll use it on a weekly chart. Therefore, it's probably going to have maybe a few weeks, maybe a few months or more to go for a good run. And I'm just looking for really good quality setups that have the foundations of being a big mover. And obviously that's what I look for. Where did you take that picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger if it's not in secret, John? Like it. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Oh, that photo of me and Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was taken, probably out 5, 6, maybe even 7 years ago now. It was one of those events that I went to. I had to pay to meet him. It wasn't free. Whenever you see a photo with a celebrity, guys, it's because someone, you paid money. I paid big money to that. So I've got a photo of me and actually I'll do this here. I've actually got a photo of me and Tony Robbins as well too. So if I look at this here, let me bring this up, see if I can find it on my hard drive here. See if I can find the picture. Let me do this here. Oh, here we go. So this is actually a photo of me and Tony Robbins. look at my smile there. I'm just like kid in the candy store. So that's actually me and Tony Robbins. Yeah, so that's that there, and also the Arnold Schwarzenegger. And basically, what happened is that they were speaking at an event, and I had to pay to basically be able to meet him, have a quick chat with him, and take a photo. So that's how it all worked out there. But yeah, that was me. That's me there. This is taken a couple of years ago. And look at my smile, man. I love Tony Robbins. He completely changed my life. Completely changed my life. Is it a good time to buy Leap puts then or sell Leap calls? Coin? It's not a good time to do anything unless your trading plan says so. If you're going to get in because you think it's a good idea right now, you are going to lose. All I say, Coin, is whatever you do, let me know because I'm going to do the exact opposite. If you're going to buy some put options, let me know. I'm going to buy some put op. If you're going to buy put options, I'm going to buy some call options. If you're going to buy call options now, let me do the opposite. Because whatever we think is going to happen never works. Again, guys, whatever I think or hope is going to happen in the markets, it never works. That's why when I get into a trade, it's always based on a setup. It's based on a plan. It's like, okay, the plan says yes, so go now. I do voiceovers and can imitate Arnold to a T. Cool. Well, I love those pictures. Thank you very much, John, for what you share with all of us. Sincerely, with all your courses soon. We'll take your course soon. Must be amazing. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Well, the thing is, the Master Trader Lab is just to get you started with. It really is a good. The Master Trader Lab, which is free, and that's like $6 a month. And it really is there to help you get started in the markets. The trading course that I got at John's Flash Sale, that's just a really good introduction. There's a few trading courses that get you started in there as well too. They're not my #1 trading courses, but there are something just to get you started. So that's basically there. Now, if you really want to get ahead, that's where my coaching program comes into it. So once again, guys, if you want to apply for that last spot, go to howtrader@gmail.com. Send me an email. We'll book a time to have a chat, and then we can go from there. You said markets going down for the next few years. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Doesn't mean you Coin. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat, Coin. I really appreciate you coming here. But the most important thing to your success, Coin, in your trading is getting in the market when a proven plan says to. Because whatever you think is going to happen or hope's going to happen, like we don't know what's going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want long-term success, you want consistent long-term success, then you must be consistently stepping up to the plate on a proven plan. That's the foundation, guys. 90% of you that are listening to this video right now are not going to do well in the markets. And the #1 reason why is because you're not being disciplined, consistent, disciplined, and patient at trading one simple proven setup for yourself and waiting for that setup. That's it. That's the reason why. So, well, with that being said, guys, that's it for me today. Once again, guys, if you want to go apply for my coaching program, go to howtrader@gmail.com. And then we'll sign up there. Go to johnsflashsale.com for the trading course, and also go to Master Trader Lab to grab your free trial. Plus, I'm giving you like $5,000 worth of a couple of different trading courses in there as well too to get you started. So, and it's a free trial. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. See you guys.